Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to School Signs. My name is Luke and this is the long-awaited post-match reaction for Manchester United versus Everton. Manchester United won, Everton won. Now, at the very start of this game, Everton were pretty much on the back foot. Man United were dominating the possession. They were really pushing it into our 18-yard box. They kept it in our half for a very long period. But we were able to grit our teeth, stomp our feet, and we were able to push back quite well. We were able to get shots on, we were able to put some crosses in, and we were able to push Man U back, which, let's be honest, with the squad that they have, it is difficult. Although their identity is still fairly shaken, to say the very least, we were able to get like a bit of a... we were able to push them into a corner, to say the very least. That's probably the best way to put it, in all honesty. We were able to push them into a corner and make it a lot more difficult for them to actually play their game. We were cutting our possession. We were really getting into them. We were giving them tackles. They were giving us tackles. We were digging into them. They were digging into us. It was a really good game as a whole. Now, in the first half, as I said, first 10 minutes, we were on the back foot and we were able to sort of get ourselves set into the game and put things into our rhythm and get everything into motion in regards to us. Now, I would say the one main issue I found in the first half in particular was more to do with positioning as well as marking. The likes of Anthony Martial, the likes of Mason Greenwood, and any of those sort of guys, you don't, for the love of God, you don't give them an inch of space, especially when it comes to the likes of free kicks or corners or even throw-ins. You just try not to give them an inch. If they're able to get to goal sides of you, they're going to capitalise, as Anthony Martial did in the first half near the end. They were able to sort of wiggle their way through, get it past us, and Martial put a nice little screamer through, which unfortunately Pickford wasn't able to get a hand to. I think if it wasn't for the fact that there was a very slight deflection, I think Pickford might have been able to get a palm on it and it may have actually either went wide or up. But that was in the past. On to the second half. Now, coming out in the second half, we completely changed our game style altogether. We changed our formation in the slightest bit. Demarai Gray, I was going to say Andy Gray, I don't know why, but Demarai Gray, he was a lot more fluid when it came to his motion. He was not just sticking to the middle, he was bringing himself out wide, whether it be left or right. Anthony Gordon, I cannot sing this guy's praises enough. He played absolutely phenomenally. He was up and down that field like an absolute madman. Luca Dean played better as well. Ben Godfrey, he was able to get his motions around. He was able to actually get up and down that right hand side. Granted, it's not his number one position, but he did well, considering he's one of the very few options we have as a right back. Now, again, I can see why Benitez doesn't want to rely on John Joe Kenny as a starting individual, just because his reliability is poor, to say the least. He is more suited for the likes of the Bundesliga rather than the Premier League. But to tell you the truth, in the second half, we definitely bounced back. We didn't let our heads slump when we went in 1-0 down. We gritted our teeth and we really did do everything we can to get the goal, and Andros Townsend's goal was absolutely brilliant. Now, coming into the latter stages of the second half, when we had swapped a couple of players around, so we brought Tom Davies on, we brought Lewis Dobbin on, and who else did we bring on? I can't remember who else we brought on, but we brought those two guys on and a third, I can't remember who it was, and we were able to keep what we were doing going. When they brought the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo on, we made sure he didn't get a look in. When they brought, I believe it was Jadon Sancho, I think they brought on, he didn't get a look in, although he did try. The likes of Yerry Mina and Michael Keane, they were on point, trying to keep him out the game. Likewise with Ronaldo, he wasn't able to get any clean shots on our goal, so anything that he touched either went wide, went high, or just didn't go anywhere. So in regards to defence wise, we are really improving, but when it comes to set pieces and anything like that, we just for the love of God, need to stop with the zonal marking stuff, because when this happens, you lose the focus of, okay, I've got to mark this player. So in a normal man-to-man marking situation in a corner, you get a player, you stick to him like glue. When he moves, you move. You stay in his way as much as possible. You just body block him as much as possible. When it comes to zonal marking, you're here, they're over there, and they will be able to move. They get the freedom of movement. You try and jockey and shadow them, and it makes it a lot harder, apparently, for them to get a clean shot. But if you lose your man and no one else is there to pick it up, it's in. And then no one, to say the very least, it's in, and then everyone's just pointing fingers at one another. So zonal marking, please just knock it in the head, or at the very least try and find another way around it, because the way we're doing it right now is just not great. We're letting too many men go, and it's going to cost us goals in the future. I can see it happening very often, where we are going to concede silly goals due to the zonal marking system just not working to our strengths. But in any case, guys, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button down below. It just shows me that you like what you see and you want to see more of it. Also, if you want to suggest anything to the channel at all, whether it be another topic, another shooting format, because let's be honest, I'm loving The Office. I hope you guys are liking The Office too, because I love it, and I love this. I can control my desk, so if I want to stand up and do work, I can stand up. If I want to sit down and put my chair in and put it here, I can do that as well. But yeah, as you can tell, everything is a little bit bare at the moment, but as time goes on, I'm going to be putting more stuff on here. I might even retire a couple of my older shirts and put them on hangers on here, just to sort of decorate the place up a bit. So yeah, if you want to put anything in the comment section below in regards to anything like that, please do. I'd love to hear your suggestions. Also, if you're new to the channel and you want to be one of the first people to get any of this content going live, now at the moment with the weather and everything, drone footage might not be as frequent as it normally is, just because my drone can't operate in the rain, and that wind that's out there at the moment, that will take the drone and I will never see it again. So yeah, I do apologise about that in advance, just as a heads up. There is not going to be a drone footage for this week. I will try and get out next week. Well, anytime between basically tomorrow and Friday, I'm going to try and get out and get some footage as well. So if I'm able to get some out then, I might be able to put that up and make that this week's. Otherwise, you might just get a premature one next week, as well as another one to compensate. So you'll get two of them instead of just one for a week. But yeah, guys, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'm going to see... Oh, sorry. I'm terribly rude today. Also, I'm going to say a nice thank you to CT Baz, Mal, and Mark Bones. These guys are my ongoing Patreon members. If you want to be like these guys and get yourself on this and get yourself early access to any of the videos some of the videos I have coming out. Also, as the channel grows, there's going to be interviews and stuff like that coming into this channel, so we're going to be doing that in the future. So if you want to be like these three guys and get premium access to that sort of stuff, go to the Patreon. We have got two tiers. So the first one is basically called the cup of coffee tier. So that is essentially you getting £1 out of your pocket and going, here you go, Luke, like your stuff, mate, get a coffee on me. Whereas the School of Science Superfan tier, that gives you early access to any of the Bramley Moore project videos. I'm also going to be uploading the raw footage in the future, so I'm going to upload all the raw footage that I've got so far of Bramley Moore, and that's just going to be perfectly silent video from launch to landing, where everything is just going to be just one fluent thing. So you're going to get that footage as well. That's going to be exclusively for the Patreon for the first month, and then after that it's going to be put onto the YouTube channel. But if you want to see want to get access to that stuff and not have to listen to this voice, then by all means be a part of the Patreon and you'll get access to that stuff, and it'll also be the stuff in the future as well. So yeah, guys, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'm going to see you all in the next video. Peace.